coming here, I'm pushing your
Yeah, but what happens if I get injured?
You ain't getting injured.
Bro, you don't know that. All my
I don't give a
It's 1 second away from injury.
One more. Day 3. You still me?
So the boxing world is buzzing with anticipation over the impending showdown between Jake Paul and the legendary Mike Tyson. Now we all know Jake's not one to shy away from the spotlight, but it seems he may have been cooking up some sneaky maneuvers behind the scenes to avoid facing the Tyson hurricane. Word on the street is that Jake might have tried to pull a fast one by claiming he was injured. Yep, you heard that right. Apparently his camp floated the idea that he was nursing some battle wounds, hoping to use it as a get-out-of-jail-free card to dodge a face-off with Iron Mike. Now let's break this down, shall we? On one side, you've got Mike Tyson, a powerhouse of a fighter who's ready to tear through anything in his path, even at nearly 60 years old. And then there's Jake Paul, the flashy YouTuber turned boxer, looking to make a name for himself in the ring. But here's the catch. If Jake beats Mike, well, some folks might say he took down an old-timer past his prime. Not exactly a glowing victory, right? But if he loses, ooh, it's a double whammy, because then people will say he couldn't even handle an old man. So here's the burning question. Is Jake's injury legit, or is it just a crafty tactic to sidestep a beating from the one and only Iron Mike? Grab your popcorn, folks, because this saga is just heating up, and we're all on the edge of our seats waiting to see how this showdown unfolds.
I know the art of fight. I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied. That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring. I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for.
The rumor mill kicked into high gear when reports flooded in about Jake Paul showing up with a heavily bandaged hand. But that's not all. Jake took to Twitter with a flurry of dramatic posts that had everyone buzzing. His tweets were filled with dramatic proclamations about a freak training accident and the possibility of the fight being called off. It seems Jake is spiraling into panic mode at the thought of facing the champ. Some even speculated that he's already given up. The sympathy card was definitely in play, but Jake's attempt to tug at heartstrings seemed to backfire spectacularly. His chances are now looking slimmer than a stick insect, according to fans and pundits alike. Even UFC commentator Joe Rogan didn't hold back, bluntly stating on his podcast,
I don't give a fuck if he's 55. That's still Mike Tyson. That guy can still you up.
But here's the real kicker. Jake's miraculous recovery just days after his social media posts about the injury. He was back to filming trick shots and throwing punches for his YouTube channel. However, this didn't silence the skeptics. Fans noticed the sudden change in hand wrap, and the rumor mill went into overdrive. When confronted by reporters about the alleged deception, Jake Paul brushed it off with a wink, calling it just a little setback. But the moment news of Jake Paul's antics reached Tyson, it was like watching a volcano ready to blow. Insiders reported that Tyson was seething with rage over what he saw as a disrespectful attempt to wriggle out of their highly anticipated bout. In a jaw-dropping display of speed and power, Iron Mike unleashed a fury of punches on social media that would make even the bravest souls break out in a cold sweat. And if that wasn't enough to send shivers down your spine, just wait until you hear what he had to say.
Day 3. You still want to me?
Let's be real. Mike Tyson, who is now nearing his 60s, has seen more rings than Jake Paul has seen birthdays. While he may not be in his prime athletic shape anymore, let's face it, he's still got enough power to light up a room. Imagine this. If Tyson stepped into the ring with Jake Paul, it wouldn't just be a regular match. It would be like fireworks on the 4th of July, a complete obliteration, no questions asked. Remember when Tyson faced off against Roy Jones Jr. in that exhibition bout? They strategized, planned, and danced for 8 rounds, showcasing skills and finesse. But against Jake Paul, it's a whole new ballgame. We're talking about a full-blown, no-holds-barred, one-round annihilation. Just one round of Tyson's fury unleashed would leave nothing but destruction in its wake. So if you're thinking this would be a close match, think again. When it comes to speed, power, and pure ferocity, Tyson is still the undisputed king of the ring. And if Jake Paul thinks he can stand toe-to-toe with the champ, well, he's in for a rude awakening. But wait, there's a twist, because coaches and professional professional boxers don't all see eye to eye on this. Many champions and experts have doubts about Tyson's chances of winning, mainly due to concerns about his age and health. Colby Covington, for one, expressed his unease, saying, "I don't like it at all. Mike still looks like a superhuman, but he's still 57 years old. He shouldn't be fighting anymore. I don't think it's safe. I think it's dangerous at that age." Campbell Hatton echoed similar sentiments, suggesting that perhaps we're all getting a bit ahead of ourselves. According to Campbell, while those training clips of Tyson are impressive, let's not forget, the man isn't exactly young anymore. At 57, enduring rounds of combat and taking hits isn't a walk in the park. Hatton emphasized the need to consider Tyson's age and the potential risks involved, especially for fans who might be caught up in the excitement without thinking about the consequences. But the doubts don't stop there, because Oscar De La Hoya, the big boss at Golden Boy Promotions, couldn't help but also voice his concerns about Tyson's safety. Going up against a much younger opponent like Paul, who's practically 3 decades his junior, had De La Hoya sounding the alarm bells. If you've been following Jake's boxing journey, you might have heard that De La Hoya is a big supporter. He thinks Jake has what it takes to win a world title.
I'm actually praising Jake Paul here to take this serious, because I really truly feel if he fights the right fights.
But here's the thing, De La Hoya thinks Jake should choose a different route to get there. Facing off against Mike Tyson, not his style. De La Hoya thought about the good and bad sides of a Tyson versus Jake's fight, and he thinks it might not be good for Tyson also.
I'm just concerned about, Tyson's legacy. That's it.
Yeah, if Jake catches him with something, he is 57.
Yeah, you just don't know. I've never seen a 57-year-old fighter up in the ring.
But De La Hoya isn't throwing in the towel on Tyson just yet. Nope, he still believes the old champ has some serious knockout potential, even as he approaches 60. He's pretty sure Tyson could knock Paul out cold if given the chance. De La Hoya says Tyson still got that power punch, and you know what they say, that's the last thing to fade away, even when you're getting up there in years. In another conversation, De La Hoya talked about Tyson's history of taking on tough opponents back in his prime. And if Tyson lands a solid hit on Paul, well, it could be game over for the problem child. But hey, De La Hoya isn't completely ruling out Paul's chances of winning, as long as he catches Tyson off guard. And the doubts don't stop there, because plenty of other celebrities are having second thoughts about this fight too. Tony Jeffries, a former Olympic boxing medalist turned coach, pointed out that while Tyson hasn't fought professionally in almost 2 decades, Paul has been busy honing his skills in the ring. Jeffries thought about what it means for Tyson to face a younger opponent, realizing the risks it poses for Tyson's reputation. But he also saw the upside for Paul, saying it's a huge opportunity for him, though not so much for Tyson.
Mike Tyson, who's 57 years old and will be 58 years old when they do fight on July 20th, and Mike Tyson's last professional fight was nearly 20 years ago in 2005, although he did have an exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr. 4 years ago, where Jake Paul, on the other hand, has been having fights regularly.
Steven Jackson, renowned for his outspoken nature, also expressed concerns about Tyson risking his legacy by stepping into the ring with Paul. As a devoted fan of Tyson, Jackson worried about the repercussions if Paul were to defeat the boxing icon, fearing that Tyson's loyal supporters might not react well to such an outcome. However, the majority of people do not agree with these assertions. In fact, many fans are fully confident in Tyson's victory, and if that doesn't happen, they believe the fight must have been rigged. A follower on Jake Paul's social media post went as far as saying, "I'm looking at this fight like the upcoming election. You're Biden and Mike is Trump. If you win, it's definitely rigged." Another one chimed in saying, "If Jake wins, it's rigged. If Mike wins, it's legit. He's Mike Tyson." The speculation surrounding Jake's potentially fabricating his injury arises from the immense criticism he's facing for agreeing to fight Tyson. He finds himself in a difficult position where, regardless of the outcome, he's bound to face backlash. This leaves him with limited options, and faking an injury might seem like the only way out. But let's delve deeper into this. What's your take on Jake's injury? Do you believe he's genuinely injured, or do you think it's a ploy to avoid the fight? Moreover, what are your predictions for the outcome of this battle? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. While we eagerly await further updates, don't forget to show your support by liking and subscribing for more engaging content just like this.